The M24 sniper weapon system is the military and police version of the Remington Model 700 rifle, M24 being the model name assigned by the United States Army after adoption as the standard sniper rifle in 1988. The M24 is referred to as a weapons system because it consists of not only a rifle, but also a detachable telescopic sight and other accessories. The M24 SWS has the long-action, bolt version of the Remington 700 receiver but is chambered for the 7.62 x 51 mm NATO short-action cartridge that has an overall length of 2.750 inches. The long-action allows the rifle to be reconfigured for dimensionally larger cartridges up to 3.340 inches in overall length. The M24 originally came tapped for the Leupold Ultra M3A 10 x 42 mm fixed power scope, which came with a circle-shaped mil-dot glass-etched reticle. This was later replaced in 1998 by the cheaper Leupold Mk4 LRT M1 10 x 40 mm fixed power scope with an elongated shaped mil-dot wire reticle. The first number is the scope's magnification and the second number in millimeters is the diameter of the objective lens. A fixed power scope has only one magnification and a variable power scope can be adjusted to focus between a range of magnifications. The rifle itself comes with a detachable Harris 9-13 1A2L and a Harris 9-13 1A2L bipod unit. The M24 SWS was to be replaced with the M110 semi-automatic sniper system, a contract awarded to Knights Armament Company. However, the Army still continued to acquire M24s from Remington until February 2010 and upgraded to the A2 and M24E1 standard in many cases. Continuing to serve, the Army chose to upgrade its entire M24 rifle fleet to the M2010 enhanced sniper rifle, with the final M24 being converted in April 2014. Specifications: sights, Leupold Ultra M3A 10 x 42 mm fixed power, or Leupold Mk4 LRT M3 10 x 40 mm fixed power scope. Detachable emergency Redfield Palmer International backup iron sights. They are attached to iron sight bases that have screwed into drilled and tapped holes machined into the front of the barrel and back on the left side of the receiver. In 2001, when Remington had the second contract of the U.S. military, minor changes were done to the M24. These changes included two-piece Leupold Mark Chapter 4 scope ring bases instead of the one-piece on the first series rifles, and a switch from Redfield Palmer International iron sights to another manufacturer, OK Weber. Redfield was out of business by then, necessitating a change. Barrel, made of 416R stainless steel. The bore twist is 1 turn in 11.25 inches and the rifling is 5 radial lands and grooves with a right-hand twist. Because of the odd number of lands, none of the lands are 180 degrees apart, i.e. in direct opposition. This results in less bullet deformation, which produces more consistent point of impact. In 5R rifling, the side of the land is cut at a 65 degrees angle, rather than 90 degrees in conventional rifling. This results in less barrel fouling, and more consistent point of impact, compared to conventional rifling when relatively high numbers of rounds are fired between cleaning, as might be expected in military applications. Stock HS Precision PSD-024, the model with the fixed cheek piece, adjustable op and hinged floor plate. The stock secures the action via an aluminum bedding block to keep it rigid. The barrel is free-floating. A twin strut extension that pulls out of the butt allows a 2-inch adjustment to length of pull, as well as allowing for the weapon to fit inside the M1950 weapon container for airborne operations. This is affected by a thick wheel on a central grooved pillar for adjusting the length, and a thin locking ring behind it locks the thick wheel in place. The stock is primarily made from a polymer foam reinforced with fiberglass, carbon fiber, and Kevlar to reduce weight, and then painted with the heavy-duty Poland paint. They were rigorously tested before being approved by Remington and the military. Accuracy. According to Millar 71126, the M24 shall achieve the accuracy results stated below when using M118 special ball and fired from a government-approved machine rest. The average mean radius, calculated using 5 targets of 10 shots each, shall be less than or equal to the following values: 200 yards, 2.6 inches, 200 meters, 2.8 inches, 300 yards, 3.8 inches. If these accuracy standards are not met, the barrel is considered worn out. The actual rifle requirements for accuracy were 35 more from a machine rest, and according to Major John Mend, this accuracy had to be maintained to 10,000 rounds. He stated, "Interesting side note was there was a 10,000 round requirement for the barrel to maintain the original accuracy. In fact, after some 10,000 round tests we discovered the accuracy improved. A few barrels were tested past 20,000 and accuracy never went below the original accuracy requirement. Maximum effective range is given as 800 meters, but record shots have been made with the M24 at over 1,000 meters. Meanwhile, the standard optical sight has a maximum elevation adjustment of 1,000 meters. Match-grade ammunition, 7.62 times 51 mm M118 match-grade, a 168 grain round. 7.62 times 51 mm M118 LR long range, a 175 grain round using Sierra Matchking hollow point bow tail projectiles. 7.62 mm M118 long range performance data, muzzle velocity 2,580 feet per second, chamber pressure 52,000 psi, action time 4 milliseconds, average horizontal spread at 1,000 meters, 10.3 in, average vertical spread at 1,000 meters, 14 in. According to JBM Ballistics, using the G7 ballistic coefficient provided by Brian Litz, the 7.62 mm M118 long range 7.62 times 51 mm NATO cartridge, when fired at its nominal muzzle velocity of 786 meters per second, should have approximately 878 meters supersonic range under international standard atmosphere conditions at sea level. 7.62 times 51 mm MK 316 Mod 0 special ball long range, a 175 grain round consisting of Sierra Matchking hollow point bow tail projectiles, Federal Cartridge Company match cartridge cases and gold medal match primers, and an undisclosed modified extruded propellant. The 7.62 times 51 mm MK 316 Mod 0 special ball long range cartridges have an accuracy requirement based around 10 rounds shot groups. The propellant has been verified as modified version of IMR 4064 as stated in DODIC AB 39 NSN 1305015676944. The average extreme spread for 10 rounds shot groups shall be less than or equal to the following values: 600 yards, 7.0 in. This equates to a 1.1 MOA requirement at 548.6 meters. 300 yards, 3.5 in. This equates to a 1.1 MOA requirement at 274.3 meters. The maximum muzzle velocity standard deviation is set at 15 feet per second. Information published on acceptance tests regarding 5Mk316 Mod 0 cartridge production lots indicated a sub 2.4 in at 300 yards performance. This equates to a sub 0.8 MOA performance at 274.3 meters for the listed ammunition lots. M24 variants. An experimental variant rechambered for the .300 Winchester Magnum round. It was not adopted by the U.S. Army due to concerns that operatives in the field would not be able to acquire the special ammo. Also, the available .300 Winchester Magnum ammo that was procured sometimes misfired due to incompletely burned propellant in the longer cartridge. Remington has developed an improved version of the M24 rifle, known as the M24A2. The A2 model features a detachable 5-round magazine, top-mounted and adjustable side-mounted Picatinny rails, barrel modifications designed to accommodate a sound suppressor, and an improved HS Precision PSD-25 stock with adjustable cheek height and length of pull. Existing M24s can also be converted into M24A2s, which replaces the stock and adds the new detachable magazine feed. The conversion requires a rebarreling of the weapon so it can take the ops silencer. Remington developed the M24A3SWS, a variant of the M24 chambered for the 338 Lapua Magnum round and feeding from a 5-round detachable box magazine. It comes tapped for the Leupold Mk4M1 LRT 8.5 to 25 x 50 mm variable power day scope. It can also use detachable front and rear backup iron sights in an emergency. U.S. Army 2009 solicitation for M24 reconfiguration. The U.S. Army has put out a solicitation in May 2009 for reconfiguring M24 sniper weapon systems currently available in Army inventory, consisting of a rebarreling, rechambering the SWS's barrel optimized to accommodate Mk248. .300 Winchester Magnum ammunition, replacement of existing Weaver rails with a MIL STD1913 rail capable of accommodating both the day optic and inline, forward-mounted, and PVS-26 image-intensified night vision device. Reconfiguring the stock with a stock that incorporates a detachable box magazine, adjustable comb and length of pull, addition of a detachable sound suppressor as well as any necessary barrel modifications required for a sound suppressor interface, replacement of the existing day optic sight and rings with an Army-specified variable power day optic and compatible rings. The U.S. government purchased Mk248 Mod 1. .300 Winchester Magnum match-grade ammunition in 2009 for use in .300 Winchester Magnum sniper rifles like the U.S. Navy Mk13 Mod 5 rifle or reconfigured M24 SWSs. This ammunition was developed as a .300 Winchester Magnum match product improvement and uses the 14.26 grams Sierra Match King hollow point bow tail very low drag bullet fired at a nominal muzzle velocity of 869 meters per second plus or minus 15.2 meters per second. According to the U.S. Navy, this ammunition should increase the maximum effective range of .300 Winchester Magnum sniper rifle systems to 1,370 meters, decrease wind deflection on bullets in flight and use a reduced muzzle flash propellant that remains temperature stable across an operational temperature range of -32 degrees Celsius to 74 degrees Celsius. According to JBM Ballistics, using the G7 ballistic coefficient provided by Brynlitz, the Mk248 Mod 1 300 Winchester Magnum cartridge, when fired at its nominal muzzle velocity of 869 meters per second, should have approximately 1,286 meters supersonic range under international standard atmosphere conditions at sea level. 2010 M24E1 Enhanced Sniper Rifle Reconfiguration Competition. In September 2010, the United States Army's Joint Munitions and Lethality Contracting Center awarded Remington a firm fixed-price indefinite delivery, indefinite quantity contract for the upgrade of up to 3,600 M24 sniper weapon systems currently fielded to the Army, pending type classification as the M24E1 Enhanced Sniper Rifle. Later, the Enhanced Sniper Rifle was classified as the XM2010. The major configuration change for this system is the conversion from 7.62 x 51 mm NATO to 300 Winchester Magnum ammunition, exploiting the M24's Magnum length bolt action to provide additional precision and range. The M24E1 XM2010 is considered a total conversion upgrade, by which the barrel, stock, magazines, muzzle brake, suppressor, and even the optics will be changed. Besides the rechambering and rebarreling with a 610 mm long, 254 mm twist rate hammer forged barrel, the main reconfiguration changes compared to 7.62 x 51 mm NATO chambered M24 rifles are fitting a new chassis assembly, which maximizes the amount of physical adjustments from the sniper to provide a better user-customized fit. The chassis has a folding butt stock that shortens the system for easier transport and better concealment during movement, and accommodates the mounting of accessories via removable MIL STD 1913 Picatinny rails. Fitting a 5-round detachable box magazine. Fitting a quick detachable advanced armament corp. Sound suppressor with muzzle brake. Fitting a Leupold Mark Chapter 4 6.5 to 20 x 50 mm TM5 front focal variable power telescopic sight featuring a 30 mm tube diameter. First focal plane Horizovision H37 grid system, range estimation, reticle and bullet drop compensation, applying advanced corrosion-resistant coatings throughout the system. According to Remington Arms, each rifle is tested to meet the requirement to fire one mower before being released for fielding. Differences between M24 and M40. The U.S. Marine Corps also uses the Remington 740th Sex Action as the basis for its M40 sniper weapon system. The primary difference between the Army and the USMC rifles is that while the USMC M40 variants use the short-action version of the Remington 740th Sex, the Army M24 uses the Remington 700 long-action. The long action of the M24 is designed for full-length cartridges, such as the .30-06 Springfield, and Magnum cartridges such as the 7mm Remington Magnum and 300 Winchester Magnum, but shorter cartridges such as the 7.62 x 51mm NATO can also be used. The U.S. Army's use of the long action was the result of an original intention to chamber the M24 .300 Winchester Magnum, despite the fact that the M24 comes fitted with a 7.62 x 51mm NATO barrel upon issue. Retaining the longer action allows them to reconfigure the rifle in the larger, longer range calibers if necessary. The barrels not currently fitted to the M24 rifles are usually stored with the unit armorers. The USMC M40A3 uses a Schneider barrel cut to 25 inches and the U.S. Army M24 uses a Rock Creek 5R barrel at 24 uses. Argentina, used by the Argentine Army and the Argentine Navy. Afghanistan, Afghan National Army. Bangladesh, used by SWADS Black Eagle Battalion of Bangladesh Army. Brazil, used by Brazilian Special Operations Brigade. Hungary, Bursiseni Laszlo Kulonlages Movleti Zaslolj. Iraq, Iraqi Army. Israel, Israel Defense Forces. Georgia, Japan, used by the JGSDF snipers, the paratroopers of the 1st Airborne Brigade, the Special Boarding Unit and the Special Forces Group as its main sniper rifle. Lebanon, the M24 is used by the Internal Security Forces and the Lebanese Army. Pakistan, used by the SSG. Philippines, Philippine Army and Marine Corps. United States, used by the United States Army and United States Air Force, also used by various police SWAT teams.